By all accounts, gaming has always been pushing boundaries, breaking new ground, and sometimes being way ahead of its time. Over the years, we've seen consoles and game systems introduce features and innovations that were groundbreaking. Sometimes so much so that the world wasn't ready for them yet. Some of these systems were unfairly overlooked, while others left a lasting legacy that would only be appreciated years later. YouTube, what's good? XhiaGaming here, bringing you a brand new episode of Top 5. And in this episode, we're diving into the top 5 consoles and game systems that were ahead of their time. Starting off at number 5, we have the PlayStation Portable and PS Vita. Sony's handheld consoles, the PSP and the PS Vita, were leagues ahead of their time when they hit the market. The PSP, released in 2004, was a multimedia powerhouse that could play full-fledged console-like games, movies, and even browse the internet. It featured a widescreen display, digital downloads via the PlayStation Store, and impressive third-party support. Despite selling over 80 million units, it was overshadowed by the Nintendo DS, which prioritized affordability and accessibility. Then came the PS Vita in 2011, boasting an OLED screen, dual analog sticks, and the ability to remotely play PlayStation 4 games. It was essentially a portable console, but the world wasn't ready for what it had to offer. High pricing, expensive proprietary memory cards, and lackluster first-party support ultimately doomed the Vita's mainstream appeal. Yet features like remote play and indie-friendly digital storefronts foreshadowed the direction gaming would take in the years to come. Coming in at number 4, Virtual Boy. Nintendo has never been afraid to experiment, but the Virtual Boy might just be one of its riskiest ventures. Released in 1995, this was Nintendo's first attempt at virtual reality gaming, featuring a unique visor-like design and 3D graphics. It was meant to immerse players in a whole new way. But there was a few major issues. The monochrome red and black display caused eye strain, the hardware was bulky and uncomfortable, and the game library was extremely limited. Despite being a commercial failure, the Virtual Boy was one of the first home gaming devices to explore VR-like technology, paving the way for future headsets like the Oculus Rift and PlayStation VR. It was an idea ahead of its time, but the execution left much to be desired. While it may have been seen as a flop, its ambition can't be denied. At the halfway point with number 3, the Turbo Express. What if you could take your home consoles on the go without any compromises? That's exactly what the Turbo Express aimed to do. Released in 1990, this handheld was essentially a portable version of the TurboGrafx 16, capable of playing the same HuCard cartridges as its home console counterpart. This was unheard of at the time. No watered down ports, no stripped down experiences, just full-fledged console gaming in your hands. It also had some wild features, like a TV tuner accessory that allowed you to watch broadcast television and even multiplayer support via a link cable. The problem? It was expensive, $249 at launch, or about $550 today when adjusted for inflation, which put it out of reach for most gamers. The battery life was also abysmal, requiring 6 AA batteries that drained in less than 3 hours. But despite its commercial struggles, the Turbo Express was a visionary piece of tech that predated the idea of seamless home-to-handheld gaming that the Nintendo Switch would later perfect. Next up at number 2, the Xbox 360. Now you might be wondering, how was the Xbox 360 ahead of its time? The answer lies in its ecosystem. Released in 2005, this was the console that truly brought online gaming to the mainstream. Xbox Live became the gold standard for online multiplayer, digital game distribution, and community engagement. Features like achievements, party chat, and downloadable content became industry staples, influencing how we play games today. On top of that, the Xbox 360 had robust multimedia capabilities, allowing users to stream movies, listen to music, and even use apps, essentially foreshadowing the modern gaming console as an all-in-one entertainment device. But with great innovation came great technical issues. The infamous rendering of death plagued the system, causing widespread failures that cost Microsoft over $1 billion in warranty repairs. Yet despite its flaws, the Xbox 360 reshaped the gaming landscape in ways that we still feel today. And finally, coming in at number 1, the Dreamcast. Taking the top spot is Sega's Dreamcast, the ultimate console that was simply too ahead of its time for its own good. Released in 1999, the Dreamcast introduced features that wouldn't become the industry standard for years. It had built-in online capabilities allowing players to browse the web and engage in online multiplayer, a revolutionary idea back then. It also featured the Visual Memory Unit, a second screen experience that predated the Wii U and Nintendo DS concepts. Games like Shenmue introduced open world storytelling, Phantasy Star Online paved the way for console MMORPGs, and the system itself was known for its arcade-perfect ports and forward-thinking design. So what went wrong? A mix of bad timing, lack of third-party support, and the looming shadow of the PlayStation 2 spelled its doom. But make no mistake, the Dreamcast was a visionary console that still holds a special place in gaming history. It was the right console, at the wrong time. Do you agree with this list? Were there any other consoles or game systems that you think deserved a spot? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, as it really does help the channel grow. And until next time, I'll see you later.
Tap the bell icon after subscribing and you'll never miss a video again. And consider checking out my Facebook page as well for daily gaming updates and news. Thanks guys.
By all accounts, 2025 is shaping up to be one of the biggest years for the video game industry in recent memory. Current gen PlayStation and Xbox systems are firing on all cylinders, and Nintendo might just drop the long-awaited successor to the Switch. Add to that all the exclusives across PC, mobile and more, and we've got ourselves a stacked year.